guys, how are you? I've missed you so much as I haven't been recording for a while. And I realized I really miss every time I record. I'm like, I miss you guys so much. And the truth is, I miss connecting with you and thinking about you and thinking, okay, how can my misery and mistakes and learning help you? And that really makes me happy when I do that. And so when I don't do that, I realize later that I miss it. So anyway, so here I am talking to you, and I have a long-winded story basically to help you. Hopefully this will help you to figure out how you can find fulfillment and find purpose in your life. So here I am. I'm in the middle of the end of the school year. It's really busy. Kids are tired of school. I'm tired of all the things. And my kids, let's say they're between 10 and 14. Oh, and my boy's going to be 15 soon. Oh my God. And here I am just recently realizing that this would be the last chapter of like the little kids, the kids are 10 and they're still innocent and still need me a lot. But I'm looking at my big boys who are 13, 14, who don't need me that much. You know what I mean? They always want to hang out with their friends. And even the little guys are always running off, hanging out with neighbors. And so it just one day hit me that this is the future and I need to figure something out to do with my life that's interesting to me, because I found I was getting sad and feeling bored and not feeling fulfilled, doing all the things, I'm like doing a really good job taking care of myself and taking care of the family and the kids. And sure, I'm not perfect at cooking and planning meals and blah, 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 but overall I'm doing really well, and I'm exercising and having downtime and having friends time and, spending time with my kids and having great vacations and, having time with my husband. Like all the things are well. And yet I felt all of a sudden, I just felt like empty. And basically the thoughts I wrote down were I'm bored. There's nothing for me. Nothing's interesting. Nobody needs me. What's the point? And the feeling was of despair, sadness, just like, who cares? And at the same time, the only joy is food. I'm like, okay, well, let's go at it, right? Let's have some fun. Let's have some food. And so, of course, that felt terrible and miserable. And I was just not, just sitting in that bottom of depression. And so if you are in that spot, hopefully you can relate. Well, hopefully you can relate, but I'm saying hopefully this is useful to you. But hopefully you're not in that spot. Hopefully you always know what the point is. But I lost the point. I was just walking around thinking I lost the point. I don't know. I don't know what the point anymore is. So I was sitting in that for a while, and today I went for a walk, and usually I listen to podcasts on the walk, and today I just turned it off. And I started to talk to myself. And I asking myself, how's it going? What's bothering you? And I was like, I'm so sad. And anyway, so out of that walk came a little bit of wisdom and answers that I wanted. And what I really wanted was I wanted purpose, right? I don't want to feel bored. I want to feel excited about something. I want to feel interested in something. I want to have a point. And in the past and today, I always found more fulfillment and found a point in my living if I am learning something from my experiences and sharing them with you, right? Because I know that is so true when I listen to other women who share their experiences, and they're useful to me, and I feel connected to them, and I feel helped by them, and I feel grateful to those women who share their experiences. So I know that is true. If that's true for me, then I can for sure help somebody, at least one person out there, with the same giving back. So it feels funny to say all this, whatever struggles we have as a mom, it is not enough just to raise the kids and take care of your family. No, I need something more. I need to know that all of this experience will help someone else as well. Will help another mom, will help another woman out there. So that gives it more meaning. That gives it more enjoyment in learning from it, for me anyway. It's just not enough to be like, yeah, okay, I figured out this problem for myself and I'm better for it and everything's better. Now on to the next. I know there's just something about knowing that this learning that I've done will help also someone else. So that's what I figured out this morning on my walk. And I already knew this before. I forgot, so I figured it out again. But what I want to share with you today is like this story, but the whole moral of the story is that what do we want? There's always this one sentence that's an obstacle to what we want, because I knew I wanted to record and contribute and to help, right? To pay forward. But I had this one sentence that was blocking me from doing it. And I haven't been recording for a while because of this one sentence. And so the sentence is, to record, it's just so much work. I need to be happy. Which sounds so ridiculous and funny to me when I say it out loud right now, because it's just such a big, grandiose statement. But because the reality of it is I am not walking around happy and like, yeah, let's record. I am walking around full of all the different emotions weighing heavy on me. And when I think of recording, it feels like an enormous task of climbing a mountain, and basically it feels like I have to be somebody else. I have to pretend like I'm somebody else. Like a happy, cheerful, la la la, I have it figured out. And then if I feel like that, I'm just not recording. I'm like, forget it. That feels too hard. That's not me. I am here in despair and sadness and feeling terrible. So why would I that just feels totally wrong, too much work, and I'm not going to do it. So this whole one sentence, me believing that sentence, just has a whole premise of that I am not happy and I have to be happy. So that blocked me from recording. So once I realized that on the walk today, I thought, what if I don't have to be happy to record? And that felt amazing, because I don't that freed me up to be myself. Because on my walk, basically, when I asked myself, how am I doing? I just started bitching and whining, complaining to myself. I'm like, I'm sad and there's nothing for me and I'm bored and I'm so sad and all the things. And I'm like, nobody wants to listen to that. That was my opinion. But the truth is, I do love listening to other women share, their experiences and burdens and complaining and whining. I mean, there's a limit to it, right? When someone's complaining and whining and they're not solving their problems, that can get annoying really fast. I mean, we know that from kids, right? When the kids whining about the same thing and not fixing it, you're like, just fix it already, right? But if someone's just sharing their experience, complaining, whining, and yet then they move on to something useful and funny, or just some sort of something learning from it, or useful, or something that can help us feel better about that problem, then that's way more fun to listen to, right? From me anyway. So I just had a chat with myself. I'm like, what if I could just, what if I don't have to be happy? And I'm like, remember, the goal of the podcast is not to entertain people. Sure, I like to include entertaining stories and interesting facts and just kind of make it more interesting with the story. So it is partly, but entertainment is not the goal. It's like a little side, like a little helper. The goal is just to help you out there, a mom who's like me, has the same struggles. And if you hear it and you feel less lonely, you feel like, I can figure this out or do this thing and that it helps me, that's the goal. And so that's the goal. And the story is like a little side dish to help you enjoy it and remember it and kind of like apply it. Then, okay, then maybe I don't have to be happy to come record and be helpful. So that was a huge weight off my shoulders. I'm like, oh my God, thank God. Because I'm not like this cheerful, like happy, even though right now I'm talking and I feel happy and I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm on a mission. So I gave myself permission to not be happy on the podcast, because that was the biggest blocker for me to record. I'm like, why I have to climb a mountain to the other side from not happy to record. That feels like too much work, and then I'm not going to do it. So I haven't been doing it. And so my suggestion to you is let's say you want to exercise more. And this is such a common example everyone uses, but I think it can be applied to anything in your life. Like you want to, let's say, cook more, you want to cook less, or do you want to, say spend more time with your husband, or do you want to have more fun with your kids? Well, what is that one sentence that's blocking, that you think is the reason why you're not doing it? Okay. What's the reason? So you say that reason to yourself. Well, the truth is that reason is a sentence. Okay. So how can we work with that sentence? Sometimes it's useful to completely, change the sentence. Or like it's useful to, okay, like for me it was, I have to be happy. Well, a lot of times I was like, okay, I would be like, okay, let's try to be happy. Or I was thinking, for me, the questions were how, what has helped me, and then that can help someone else. And so that got me into the excited mode, right? That's how I got there. But you can play around with the sentence. Like, how can you make that sentence help you get that, start doing that action? So if for workouts, you think I have to go to the gym to work out and you never do it. Well, what if we then told you don't have to go to the gym to work out? What if we decided that 40 squats at home is a workout, right? Then all of a sudden you don't have an obstacle. You can just get it done right away, right now, like have like a little workout snack. And that gets you to getting to do what you want to do, right? Gets you a little closer to what you want to be doing. And same thing with like spending time with people. Well, I have to get a babysitter and I have to book a restaurant and talk to my husband where he wants to go, blah, 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 blah. All these, like making it a big production. Then you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go out anymore, right? Well, how can we make it that it's not a big production? What if I can put a show on for the kids and go around the block with my husband, lock the door, not tell anyone that I left the kids alone. And that would be a mini tiny date with my husband. Or simply just go to a different room and watch a show with my husband and snuggling, right? Now that's doable. Like, make it less of a production, right? Make it easier for you to do that thing that you want to do. So that's the helpful part for you today, with a long story of how much I love you guys and la da da da. I know I don't want to be bored and I want to be fulfilled. But the whole like one simple story of it is, simplify it for yourself. And just how can you get to do that thing? Just how can you get to do that thing quickly, easily, and less drama? So that was my little aha moment today. And I just again and again keep coming back to this idea that feeling fulfilled, feeling good is something that we can achieve by helping others, whether it is our family or you guys. I don't even know you, but I feel like I'm helping you. Well, first of all, I know because you've told me, but second of all, I see that you guys are listening and keep coming back. So it's this idea of helping someone, especially when you don't have to, especially when it takes extra effort to do it. And that feels really, really good. And so I'm all about chasing the feel good, but not the feel good that feels shitty after, right? If you just binge on food or binge on junky food and then you feel good for a second, then you feel bad after. Not that kind of that, right? Not that kind of feeling. More like long lasting, sustainable, something that feels good, but then feels good also later, feels good before, feels good during. It's just kind of like a walk, exercise, or good nutrition or good sleep. It feels good all around. So I'm all about chasing that. I guess as I'm getting older, I'm more getting focused and refined on chasing that and finding like little moments in the day that I can tweak to get that. And that reminds me of the quote. Remember, guys, I shared with you in a different episode. It goes something like, the art or the skill of refining or making your day good is an art. So making your day, improving the quality of your day is an art, which I think so much is so true. We have all these different times, compartments of the day that are separate, and we can tweak them individually to create a great feeling good day. Oh my gosh, I'm not speaking well today, but that's my inspiration for you guys today. Go on a walk and talk to yourself. Like, you can do it quietly in your head, obviously, or you like the way for me, I was like asking myself questions in my head, but then I was answering out loud a little bit as if I was talking to a friend. And I was like, I'm just so sad, and I'm sad that I'm sad and I don't know what to do. There's nothing for me. And just talk, like, to ask yourself questions and talk. And then also ask yourself, what else? What else? Tell me more. And then you will get it all out and you will be blown away by how good that feels. You're like, oh my God, thank you so much for listening. And then you tell yourself, like, okay, let's fix it. Let's do this. And I even told, like, out of my mouth came the words, I want to record. Like, how can we record? And then, so it was like a back and forth conversation, like, but I have to be happy. But what if you don't have to be happy? And what if you can just bitch and whine? But I'm like, but nobody wants to listen to you bitch and whine. And I'm like, oh my God, well, but what if I could talk about it and laugh about it? Maybe that's better. So go for a walk and connect with yourself. And that's how you can feel less lonely, more taken care of. And really, it's just such great self-care that we usually get when we're talking to a friend or a therapist or a husband or a mom. But just go do it for yourself and you'll find out what it is you're needing today. And you might cry. You might need to do it on paper. My best friend started doing it on paper and she loves it so much. She says it's such a great relief, like a dump, you release all these things and you feel great after. And a lot of times we have nasty, nasty thoughts that are ugly that I don't even want anyone seeing on paper. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to like tear this paper out and throw it out. So, oh gosh, I'm so happy to be talking to you guys today. If you ever need to, you can reach out on email. I know my email has changed. I closed down the website and the email, but you can still reach me at my personal email or through the podcast. I'm happy to connect with you guys and from one mom to the other. So love you all and I will chat with you soon. Have a great week. Bye.